I'm not sure if I'm
You gotta
understanding the
train
question.
them.
Did you do any drugs before this interview? Because I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question.
This week, we're talking with Funky MATAS on Mogul Live. Funky is a walking, talking, modern take on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Celebrities love this guy for his unfiltered attitude and how he's the embodiment of his own creativity. His art form has turned him into a viral sensation. Now he's going to bring his fans even closer with this upcoming series, Why, which we're going to talk about. Stay tuned for the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, Mogul Live. Very, very thrilled to have with us two gentlemen. Very exciting conversation coming. Funky MATAS and Matt, the CEO of Mogul. We're here. Welcome, gentlemen.
I'm really excited to meet Chris Pratt's brother face to face here.
I'll just say a very funny story on that. I did an interview and the person thought I was Chris Pratt. That's why they were interviewing me.
And it was God.
I was 3 questions deep, and he kept saying things like, "Oh, like, do you still speak with Anna?" And like, Anna Faris, his ex-wife. And I would have
done the whole that would have been amazing if you did the whole interview as Chris Pratt. That would have been awesome.
I feel like when someone says like they research their guests, like this person definitely did not research their guests.
No, but those are the best ones to mess with.
It's true. Well, I mean, just on like, guests and we're very happy to have you here, Funky. But I'd love to sort of maybe start the interview just talking a little bit about your story. I mean, Venezuela to America, transition.
I moved here to the States when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. So like the transition wasn't that intense for me as like compared to other people that are coming in now and stuff. My first language, I learned how to speak Spanish while I was in Venezuela until like I was 5 or whatever, but then I forgot all of it up until like age 11, 12. I moved from Miami to Weston, where there's a lot of like a big Latin community, and then some cousins from Venezuela were over there. So that I learned how to speak Spanish again at age 11 or 12. Let me skip forward a few years. My parents, they weren't strict. They were really, open to things. They said, hey, if you ever want to do any drugs or anything, just bring them to the house. We'll do them here. You're in a safe environment, but never get tattoos. So I don't do any drugs, but I broke a world record for one of my tattoos. I broke the world record for most signatures tattooed on one's back, and I've worked with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tony Hawk, Jackie Chan, Will Smith, Steven Tyler. Chris Rock is on there, 50 Cent. I always forget some of the best ones. Stan Lee is on there, John Cena, and little by little working and MacGyvering my way into the entertainment industry. And now I feel like it's my turn to bring about my own sort of project, which is this show that we're on here for.
Yeah. I mean, just quickly on that for the audience, how many tattoos have you got at the moment? Because I lost count when it was, I think, over 300.
Yeah, no, it's around there, around the 300 mark, but I don't know. Just on my back is 265.
Wow.
I'll show you guys, hold on.
How much real estate have you got left, do you think? How many more?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Much real estate?
It depends. If you're looking at it just the back, not that much. But then if you have an open mind and you're willing to, sign on my ass, then that's another story.
Yeah, amazing. Look at this.
I actually have my ass tattooed, and and I don't know if I can say that on here, but I have an L on each butt cheek, so that when you open up, it says "lol."
That's amazing.
Just to quickly not pass over, because those names that you kind of mentioned, I've got a follow-up question there. Which one was the hardest one to get though out of those celebrities?
By far, Stan Lee. You guys know who Stan Lee is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was like,
ask him.
It was the year before he died, right? And it was at a Comic-Con sort of convention here in Florida. It's called MegaCon. And my manager spoke to his manager, because he was like always in the back hiding and stuff, and then he would come out, but like he had his own private area for pictures or whatever. So my manager talked to his manager, and and it literally took 3 days, like nonstop, 3 days. Hey, look, let's set up a time. And then they spoke to him, and then they kind of like it was an insanely magical moment, man, because it was like it wasn't that long of the time that we spent together, but it was long enough to feel each other's presences, and it was really awesome, man. It took 3 days to achieve a few minutes, but those few minutes were 103% worth it.
That's fantastic. I mean, I watched some videos online. I mean, Floyd Mayweather, Will Smith. And what is the, I mean, what do you ask them to write if they're not a celebrity? Like, for example, I mean, those other names that you've got on there. I mean, is it usually their name? Is it like something special, or?
I'm not sure if I'm
You gotta
understanding the
train
question.
them.
Did you do any drugs before this interview? Because I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question.
I just meaning obviously in the side of, I mean, the people that are not celebrities that have signed your back.
Well, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
either like it doesn't necessarily need to be a celebrity. It's just someone that I feel is dear to me, or that has inspired me in some way, or like family members. One situation that was really cool was Tony Hawk. When Tony Hawk tattooed me,
Oh,
the
yeah.
first tattoo he ever did is on my back, and his son was there also. Like the whole Birdhouse crew was there, and his son Riley was tattooing. Like he used to tattoo. I don't know if he still does it, but like it was really cool seeing like Tony Hawk went first, so his like he's doing the tattoo, and Riley, his son, he's like, no, do this, do that, and he's like teaching him how to tattoo on my back. It was really cool.
What was it to get into tattoos? Like, what was that moment where you got your very first one? How did that come
Oh,
about?
I was maybe 14 years old, dude, and like I did a bunch of research on like how to make a makeshift tattoo machine. So we made one with like a can opener motor and like a few sewing needles or a sewing needle. And then like I tattooed myself. It came out decent, and then I tattooed a buddy, and it came out decent, and then everyone just started hitting me up like, "Hey, look, we want to get a tattoo." Like it was a bunch of young, rebellious kids that were just like, "Dude, I'll fucking pay you to do it for me, man." And I would just go over to their house and do it with this like makeshift like jailhouse tattoo machine.
Just
And
a
then
whip and battery.
eventually I got like I made enough money to buy an actual kit, and then I bought an actual kit, and then I started doing it for a living for a while. For over 10 years I tattooed for a living before I even got into social media. So it was more of like don't tell me what to do, I'll do what I want kind of thing.
Right.
But then but like it also intrigued me because of the art part of it, because my dad's an artist. He does sculptures, paintings, all sorts of stuff, graphic design, and I was kind of raised in an art environment, so like that, and then being rebellious at the same time was really interesting to me. So that's, I guess, how I kind of got into it. Also heroin and crack, but mostly rebelliousness.
It's fascinating to me because was there like, what was that point where you suddenly were like, hey, I can have the world record, or the world record
No,
isn't?
it wasn't like a thing where I just started off doing it because I wanted to break a world record. I started off doing it as a joke. I have like really stupid tattoos, like look at this Pac-Man eating my nipple and stuff. So um and I just wanted to, I don't know if you remember MySpace. MySpace had like these like surveys of like all these, like a questionnaire of like weird questions, like what's your favorite food, where was the last place you farted, all this stuff, when's your birthday, and then you answer all that stuff, and then you post it on your wall on your MySpace page, and people could see it, and then other people could do their own. I wanted to get that questionnaire on my back, but without the answer parts, like the answer parts in blank, so people could actually fill it out, and it would be like an interactive tattoo. I was in between that idea or having my friend sign my back, and since I had a tattoo machine, I thought that like my friend signing my back would be a little cooler and more interesting, so I went with that one. And then eventually, just like going to tattoo conventions and stuff, some random guy walks up to me and goes, "Hey, dude, I think you just broke a world record, man. There's like the signatures tattooed on you or whatever." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I didn't think much of it. I didn't think really much of it or whatever. I got home that night and I was just like, maybe that guy's serious. And I Googled it, and some guy had like, I don't know how many. And then I had more, and I registered it. And sure enough, I broke a world record.
It's amazing, though. I mean, this is my last question on that. Matt, jump in if you've got any on the tattoos. But I mean, has any celebrity knocked you back that you've been like, I really want that on my?
I've knocked a few back, and I have been kind of dodged by this one guy more than once, actually. The Red Hot Chili Peppers singer Anthony Kiedis. Every single time we meet, he's just like, "Nah, I won't do it, man. I won't do it." I don't know why. The rest of the band did it, but he just won't do it.
Any
Like
reason?
Flea and Chad did it, but
is there an excuse in there why, or is it just a no? I won't do it.
I don't know, man. I think he's just very reserved. I don't know, man. It's strange. I remember a while ago, I think he said he wasn't doing any more autographs and stuff. But I mean, like, this has nothing to do with it. Also, like, I was in a music video with the Chili Peppers. "Tell Me Baby" is the music video, and I was wearing a diaper in the video, like an adult diaper. And I brought the adult diaper when I went to meet up with him again, and Chad and Flea and like they all signed it, but he wouldn't sign the diapers. I don't know. It's just I don't know what it is, dude.
One of the things I was going to ask is the monkey that tattooed you, and you know how you sourced the monkey.
A long time ago, an ex-friend of mine and we wrote a TV show, and one of the ideas for an episode was rent a monkey, train the monkey how to tattoo, and then have the monkey tattoo me. And we never, I had a really shit motorcycle accident, and then like I had 2 years of therapy after that, and of physical therapy after that, and then like when I finished all that stuff, I couldn't really post on social media or anything during it. So like I guess TV shows weren't that much of a thing anymore back then, so I kind of just got into social media, and I kind of just put that on a like on the back shelf or whatever, on another shelf, and it didn't come up until recently when I was in Mexico, and I just like, holy crap, I can actually rent a monkey here. I can actually take a monkey to a tattoo shop here. Things are different in this country. I love this country. Let's do it. So I hit up a friend of mine that knows a guy that has a sanctuary of like he has monkeys, lemurs, and a bunch of stuff. And I just decided to finally put that plan into action because I've always wanted to have a monkey tattoo me. The monkey's name was Justin Bieber, actually. And then we took Justin Bieber to a tattoo shop owned by a buddy of mine, who's the only crazy motherfucker that would actually allow this thing to happen. We brought it to the tattoo shop, but before that, we met up with the owner, and the owner's like, "Hey, look, we can try it, but I don't promise anything." So he, right off the bat, he's like, "I mean, we'll see, dude, but I don't know if it's gonna happen." And it took like an hour and a half to train him to actually do it. We put like we got like the smallest and lightest tattoo machine we could find. We taped sunflower seeds to the machine because he really likes sunflower seeds, so he could get used to like the vibration of the machine and stuff. And then like eventually he did a blob on my knee. This one says, "You definitely want to know," and it's a blob. And then this one says, "You don't want to know." And it looks kind of similar to this one, but it's something completely different. It's my friend's testicle.
Oh, Funky, really keen to hear a little bit about your show, and obviously a little bit behind it. But I mean, just the elevator pitch and what people can expect. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever seen the show Who is America with Sacha Baron Cohen. It's very, very, very political and controversial. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, go in through the political way, but the show is going to be very controversial, and it's gonna speak about all the things that I can possibly find that are taboo to talk about. And I want to basically kind of plant some seeds in people's brains and stuff, and help people wake up and see what the hell kind of life we're living and what kind of society we're living in, which I kind of don't like. So I kind of want to at least help spread awareness in consciousness.
Right. Yeah, it's actually good. Like, I think this is why it's also the perfect match for Mogul, because Mogul's the film tree industry, like we're decentralizing Hollywood.
The essence of filmmaking and obviously quality TV is when there's truth, and I just feel like there's not a lot of truth at the moment in anything, Like you can take a TV show, reality show, whatever. So something like this sounds really cool. I really like. I mean, I know Mogul's very, very excited.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like really, really pushy things, like pushing the envelope sort of style things. Like for example, I don't want to give away too much, but for one episode, I'm gonna become a trans person for a day, and then try to pull off as much trans shit as I possibly can, like going into the opposite sex bathrooms, doing all this sort of stuff to see if it's acceptable or if it's not. And then if it's not acceptable for me, why? I mean, I don't know. I want to just fucking be clear with stuff, you know, like. I don't like this fucking being in a limbo sort of shit, and like everyone's offended by everything nowadays. It's fucking boring, man. I want
Everything.
to go back to the old days.
Everything, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Any celebrities or any of these high profile people in the TV series?
So I managed to. Well, I'm friends. I don't know if you know who Dane Cook is, the comedian.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I
huge.
pitched it to Dane, and he thought it was interesting. But right now he's under contract with his own TV show, so I don't think he's gonna be making it on this one. Maybe for a cameo or something, but like I'm not 103% sure. I'm also friends with Mike Tyson's son, Amir Tyson, and I'm sure he might be on that. I don't want to give away too many things, but I do have a nice, cool little circle of friends and stuff. So who knows? Nothing's set in stone, but I will be knocking on a bunch of doors. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, Matt, do you want to talk about some of the incentives as well that, with it being on the
Oh,
Mogul
these are cool,
platform as
man.
well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really
I
exciting.
think, James, I almost called you Chris for a second. I think these incentives are like something Mogul's never seen before. These are like the reinvented ones. These are interesting ones, man.
Well, you know why? You know
Yeah,
why I asked at the
absolutely.
beginning? I asked at the beginning, like, how much real estate is left? Because one of these incentives is obviously like pay enough and they can get a tattoo. But there
Yeah,
really isn't much room
It's
left.
only
Meaning,
one of
like, this
that.
is not the last. Yeah.
yeah. There's not much room left, and I don't want to
Uh,
There's
tattoo my ass anymore.
there is one of the incentive. It is no more on the one of the incentive. It is that it's they tattoo their name on you. So there might be a little bit of space left, but not too
Yeah,
low. It's only for one person. That's why we left it like that.
yeah.
Uh, Other ones are
But
you
yeah,
tattooing them.
joining my world record alongside a bunch of A-list celebrities
Mhm.
and family members and crazy people and tattoo artists and stuff. Like we mentioned earlier, Tony Hawk, Will Smith, Jackie Chan, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then you or whoever wants to join this incentive. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
on there.
cool.
I mean, another one of the incentives was spending a day on set. I mean, what's that going to
Oh
be
yeah.
like? Yeah.
Wow, depends on which what part of the series you want to come in, but we will probably be having another monkey tattoo me. That's another one. We will
That is
have
awesome.
I'm going to be I don't want to give away too many things, but I'm going to be doing a lot of really insane things, man. Really, really, really insane things. Uh one of them being I'll be on a billboard in Times Square with a very particular message. Don't want to say what it is, but maybe if you're on set that day, you might be able to be on a billboard with me in Times Square.
You're the same guy that, got a monkey that tattooed him and jumped out of an airplane and tattooed himself as he's free falling. So if you say it's going to be off the hook, it's going to be crazy. So on Instagram, have you had any celebrities that have reached out to you that you've kind of thought, oh, I'd never thought that they would actually be a fan of what I do? Like maybe they're, in a completely different
Yeah,
field. Kind of
yeah.
surprising.
Actually, I have, man. Do you know who Kelly Clarkson is?
Funky, come on out!
Her team wrote to me and they flew me out and they put me on the show, on the Kelly Clarkson show, and she signed my back on the show. It was like the third episode, man, and I was like, no way, this can't be real.
Dang! Dang! Dang!
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think like one of the things as well, and Matt, you can jump in anytime as well, but I think
Nah,
Yeah,
man, stay
absolutely.
quiet, your voice is annoying.
Mogul, that's the whole point in making films that the audience wants to hear.
We're going to decentralize it and give an opportunity to everyone else and kind of start it fresh, you know?
I love that about Mogul, man.
Shit. Yeah.
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 Well, how? And I was going to say, Matt, like, let's tell the audience like how we can get involved with Funky's film and get those incentives as well. I mean, there's executive producer credit, day on set, T-shirts. You've got the opportunity to tattoo on Funky.
FaceTime.
Tattooed by Funky also.
Yeah. FaceTime, T-shirt, social media shootouts.
Woo! 2 o'clock.
Also, there's something that people must know, that they have to purchase stars if they want to be part of it so that they can purchase the incentives, right? So yeah, make sure that you go to mogulproduction.com and load up on stars. Be ready for it if you don't want to miss the opportunities. Did I say the day on set? There's day on set, that's probably one of my favorite one. You can also get producer credits. Like, it's cool, man. Day on set. I'm going to be there. I'm coming on set.
No. Funky, it's been awesome to chat with you. Matt, awesome as always to chat with you. And again, mogulproductions.com. Get on those incentives because it's going to be a really, really good show to get involved in. Thank you, guys.
Hey everyone, thanks very much for watching. That was Funky MATAS talking about his new project Y on Mogul Live. Before our next guest, feel free to jump in the social channels, Twitter, Telegram, Instagram, anytime. We'd love to hear your thoughts and comments, and really excited to bring you more guests coming up.